Johnny, I'm home. I'm happy. It's Thursday, but I'm not happy. I have to crawl underneath my pickup once I get home. I got to spray stuff. I got bits and pieces. I got my pieces, and I got my free all. Here's what I got to do this weekend, because the Kia Razor still hasn't gotten $190 pressure regulating solenoid for the valve body. Hasn't showed up yet from Kia. Can't get parts for stuff, man. But here's some poor man's creeper. You like that? Cardboard. I got my free all stuff. I'll explain and I'll show you what I'm doing. This is what the underside of a 84 Ford F-150 looks like. Four-wheel drive. See all that wet goodness down there? That is the rear brake cylinder. It's leaking like a big dog, but it hasn't blown out, so I can actually keep driving it, and my front brakes still work fairly well, except the power booster for all the brakes, the vacuum power booster. You push the brakes, you vacuum it, it's back. I got all the pieces. I think I got all pieces to fix it. Yeah, that's how much dust and dirt kicks up on there. But it does have a rear, the inside, all this, where it goes the other way, all the grease that's inside this rear end, well, 80, 90 weight off, it had a leak, not real major. That's all brake fluid. This one, see the same thing? Yeah. I'm trying to flip around upside down. Hey, at least I'm in the shade. It's 96 degrees in my garage in the shade. I just opened the door. It's got to be 125 out here on the gravel, but yeah, it's toasty. Heat wave's still going. That is rear. They call it rear wheel seals out here. So you got to take all the brake stuff off, basically. Pull the cover anyway. I got to pull the cover off. Do some doohicking and fondling around with jazz hand mechanic specialty stuff. And then you got to pull the whole axle shafts out along with the brake stuff, and then put a new seal in the back side, opposite side, but right about in there is where it goes in, where if you can see my fender. But it's on the opposite side. So then your rear end oil don't leak. But it's been leaking rear end oil since 8 years ago or 7 when I started resurrecting this thing from the dead. It don't leak a lot, but it looks like it because it's just really gooey like Aunt Jemima syrup, which is like awesome syrup. It just dust and dirt sticks to it. So everything blew up at once, and I do believe I have all the pieces for my brakes. But what I'm doing now is right up here on these older vehicles, even newer ones, when you have to redo brakes, that's where the brake cylinder is, or it could be a brake caliper. The lines don't seize inside the cylinder. This part, it's got the hex nut thing on it, they don't seize up, but inside where this metal line goes into that connector, they seize up, and you go to back this off and back it out, and it twists the whole freaking line off. So here's what I'm doing. I got my free all. Boy, this stuff, it works if you got a chance to soak stuff for a few days at a time, and it'll creep into stuff. Free all, but if you leave it set too long, then it seems to dry out again, and then it's a pain in the butt. So then here I got some artificial, cheaper, black market, Chinese PB blaster, pretty much. But what I'm still doing, I cleaned all the dirt off, so I'm spraying up here, and I'm spraying around where that pipe goes in, and then where it threads in. But I've never had a problem with getting this pop loose. It's where the line goes into that connector. That's where they corrode and stick, and then you go to twist it and back it out, and you'll end up twisting that brake line off, and then you got to replace the brake line. So we're going to do that, and I'm giving it free all first, because like I said, this free all tends to, if you leave it set for a day or two, it kind of tends to dry back. It'll break stuff loose, but it tends to kind of dry back out, and then it seems to kind of want to stick. So then I take my Chinese PB blaster and hit it with that too, because this stuff doesn't dry out. So hopefully those will pop loose. If not, I got new brake line I can make and replace if it's rusted and I go to move it, and that brake line. It's an 84, man. I can put antique plates on it and only have to pay $100 to license it forever. I don't know if I'll keep playing with that long, but this is good. But yeah, that's what I do. I'm going to hit her with a little more of my Spreal. I set around. If you can see where I'm going, I don't know. Where am I? There we go. My hand's always going. I'm worried about where the line goes into the connector, not where the connector goes into the wheel cylinder. Mainly. Okay, there. We got her doubled up. Now I can crawl out from under here. Wow. Oh, and hold my phone. Yeah, poor man's creeper. You like that? It works great. Oh, until you got to get out in the sun. Whew. That's that thick cardboard. Poor man's creeper kicks butt. Okay, grab that. Grab that. If you notice, my BMW is still... let me get stuff in my hand. Here we go. You notice my BMW is still in the garage too. BMW can't get the parts for the recall. It was this thing shooting gas all over, so still waiting. It's been 3 weeks about to replace that fuel pump and all the parts, and then the hub freaking steel reinforcement spacer. Yeah, but that's one good thing about this 1984 stuff. Let me put this away. Wow, it's hot. And the wind's blowing through here, and it's 95. And I said I just opened the big door, so it's going to get hotter. But that stuff works pretty good, but it tends to dry. So you got to spritz it with a little extra bump. My parts, let's throw her in, because I got to pull the housing off, pull the brakes off to replace those seals, pull the axle shafts out of the rear axle. Left and right seal, SKFs. I said, guess where I can find my parts? Rock Auto. Look, it takes 3 or 4 days to get them, but at least they usually got them. And they're name brand. I can pick. I got my SKF seals, AC Delco brake parts, Victor rims, top of the line Dana, even though that's a 48.8 inch, top of the line gaskets, AC Delco brake wheel cylinders for the rear. I got those are ball joints for the upper front, because when I have my line to pick up. And then here's the brake booster in this box. You know, underneath the hood, when you open it by where your brakes are on the driver's side, that big round thing. Yeah, that's the brake booster. It's bad. It went, and when it went, then it exactly went. Everything else. And then I got the brake shoes that go in the back. It's not just brakes on that old one. It's got the big curved 11-inch shoes. Got my brake clean. Got my 80-90 gear oil, rear end oil, and plenty of synthetic O'Reilly brake fluid, DOT3, not DOT4 for this old one. And then this is parts for, I have to remember. I'll remember. That's not Rock Auto, that's somewhere else. I'm trying to think what that part is. Might be for the Kia, but it's not the main solenoid that I need. And you see, this baby's still hanging. I got it all covered, and underneath, the bag kept flying off, so I'll just spray it with brake cleaner. But yeah, I need to put back the big pieces that go in this big empty hole and line it up with the new solenoid. Always something. Can't get parts, man. Can't get parts. Man, I thought for sure, oh yeah, BMW out in LA, California, they got the parts. Well, apparently they don't. And if they don't, they got to wait to get them from Germany. Which, I mean, you know, Germany, where they're made, has them right now. So, yeah, there you go. 3 weeks on this expensive bitchin' bike on our factory death. If you ride, you're going to be on fire in a mile or two. Gas shooting everywhere, recall. Yeah, if this is the only way I had, well, I could have been driving this to work instead of that at 11 miles a gallon. If it would have been fixed, I could have been driving this. It's daylight 30 minutes before I leave, so the deer are done running ready. I could have been driving this to work. About 39 to 46 miles to the gallon instead of 11. Oh no, can't even get it fixed. But I'm not dogging BMW, and it's cool. It's just some engineer cheaped out on his shit, and now they can't get the parts. Well, this is an awesome bike, man. It's just freaking wonderful. But yeah, rock auto. Cool breeze. And the wrong solenoid I got from them for the Kia car, they sent me a prepaid, well, I had to print it out, prepaid deal and send it back in the box. And, well, hot. Yeah, and it's all good. I need to haul my aluminum cans in one of these days. The Lincoln is the only thing that I can run without having to worry about brakes or anything and just watch the computer because it's got that vacuum intake leak. But the computer's keeping up on the fuel injection where it's not running lean, but it's having to ramp up a little. But if I need emergency vehicle to go, I got it. But I'm driving this, but I got to be really careful because brakes are a little iffy, but I just go slow and pay attention. But that's all going to get fixed this weekend. But yeah, there you go. Wow, is it frickin' toasty. Hey, you want to burn stuff? If you got a wood burner that burns hot, we get this stuff at work. You can pick it up in winter when it's 20 below. It burns fast and hot as a son of a bitch. But you gotta have a, yeah, I can't remember, I don't know what they're selling it. I got an 800-pound big bag of it. I just throw that in. If you throw that stuff on regular fire, you close the door down and shut the air down, that stuff will make major heat. You don't want to open the vents and throw that in because it don't look like it's burning. It's cardboard dust. It don't look like it's hardly making a flame, and man, is it hot as hell. It's all right. Well, there you go. I'm talking about winter already. Okay, now I can get my lunchbox and stuff out. But yeah, waiting. So, oh, I got my pieces. See? I can do the little dance. I got my pieces, bits and pieces. I got my pieces. That's Joan Jett. That's a remake of some other dude from the 50s or 60s where they were stomping their shoes like cloggers on American Bandstand. But bits and pieces. I'll put a link to I'll try to link YouTube of Joan Jett. I want to do is sit and cry. I'm a piece of bits and pieces. But the original is like, they're like big city cloggers with almost tap shoes or some. Oh, it's freaking bad. But it's a good tune. But Joan Jett redid it back in the early 80s. It kicked butt. I'll put a link. Yeah, I'm happy. I got my pieces. I got all the pieces I need to do the work to this pickup. Right here. If it takes me, it's going to be so miserable hot. If it takes me the morning of Saturday and the morning of Sunday, it'll be all good. I know what I'm doing on these. I've done a whole bunch of them. But there's oddball stuff that I'm staying ahead of, like trying to keep the lines from breaking off and spritzing them like that. But yeah, there you go. Wow, I got sweat in my eyes like a big dog. Okay, peace, love, have a heart, have a heart. I got my pieces. I got pieces for something that's broken and I can actually put it all, fix it all. Cool, I like it. There's my new gauges yet, working great, except I said the water temp gauge reads about 208 when it's 178. It's only 30 degrees off, at least I know what it is. It never wavers. Awesome. With that new radiator and everything I made all them mounts for, I made other kick-ass. And the new fan clutch. Cheers. God bless America. Red, white, and blue, baby. Take care. I've been looking for that black feral cat. I think the black feral cat got the idea. I think feral cat moved on. I don't see my bunnies either, though. So I don't... Oh, and I got gravel all over. I laid down the cheap poor man's creeper so I didn't get all dirty, and apparently I laid my shoulder on the gravel. Oh, well. That's what a shower's for. I'll have to use air hose first and blow the rocks off me. They're stuck. Drains don't like rocks and gravel going down them in your house. I'll go fire up there, compress, and blow the rocks off me first. There you go. It's all good. It's miserably hot. We're going to get her done if I got to bring all my lights out and work on it in the dark when it's down to 74 and only 88% humidity in the middle of the night this weekend. I got the parts to fix this, all of them, if they're all the correct parts. I hope. I'll have her rocking and rolling by Sunday for sure afternoon. Cool. Take care. I love you. Don't let stuff get you down, man. You can only do with what you got to work with. What you can't change, you can't change. You just gotta hang. But I'm getting better at it. It'll be good. It'll be okay as long as all them parts are right. We'll find out. They're supposed to be, but like I said, that solenoid for the Kia wasn't the right one, and I had to send it back and get... If I take this all apart, worst comes worst, I'll be driving a Lincoln. I have all the pieces, I do believe, for that, but it's the only thing that that ain't got major problems. And it's not a work car. That's if I ever would find a woman and have a date, and it's all polished and shined and cleaned up. Or if I go get groceries like every couple of weeks, take it out because it likes to see the sun and go for a drive. Other than that, that's not a work car. It's too nice. That's a work car. This is a work vehicle. That's luxury to me, even though it's an '05. That Lincoln LS leather, but that's luxury up the yang, and I'm never gonna spend a bunch of money for a new one. This one I'll have maybe, hopefully, unless I win a lottery. I guess the freaking big lottery is like 680 million. I never bought a ticket. I don't care. But if I would win the lottery or something, maybe I'd buy a brand new Lincoln. If I had like 100 million laying around, but I'll stick to my LS 2005. It's awesome. Leather, it's nice. All right. It'd be nice to have all that fancy shit, but I don't need it. And I don't have any car payments on anything I haven't had for ever. I said, I'm still not debt-free yet because I'm spending my money on parts fixing. 200 and, well, yeah, and like a 6. How would you do that? Yeah, like a 6. $268 left. But I could pull it out of savings and pay out and be totally debt-free tomorrow. But I'm not taking any money out of savings because the economy sucks, and I'll make it. It's all good. Cool breeze. Y'all take care. I love you. Find the best in every day. If you look, even though it's misery, man, tomorrow's always a new day, too. Take care. I love you. Ciao.